Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I wanted to start this video off, guys, by telling you I recorded this full video, and then when I got to my post-production process here, I was realizing that the audio was kind of funky. I don't know what happened to it. It looks like now I've got the problem solved. So in post-production, I tried to add a few filters to kind of fix it, and so if the audio's off by a little bit, I just wanted to warn you guys. The good news, though, is that I do have it solved, so without further ado, here's the video. I've got XRP up here on the daily, trading right now at about 93.3, so about 93 cents. You can see right in here, guys, we are still not really moving out of this sideways channel at the moment. If I throw Fibonacci up on here, you can see, XRP, let me grab that tool, throw Fibonacci on here, XRP, still trading in and around that 0.236 level. So in and around here, we haven't really seen much movement for XRP, and that is likely because we haven't seen too much movement for Bitcoin, right? After Bitcoin did come down, we've also just been seeing Bitcoin move in this sideways channel. What should we expect next? Well, I saw this, guys, from Michael at Val5 Links here on Twitter. Bitcoin sell-offs are deliberate hallmarks of institutional buying. This coming from Plan B. So here's what they're saying, and I'm just going to quote this article here. The price action that we saw last month, and especially this month, the down action, was always in the illiquid hours of the market, so it was deliberately destructive. It was not sold by someone who wanted the most dollars for his Bitcoin. It was sold at illiquid times in the market with far too big of a chunk to get a good price, so it was destructive selling. What they're saying here is this selling was deliberate. According to the quant analyst, he sees a clear pattern of destructive selling in the market, which he says is indicative of institutional players accumulating the largest crypto asset. He goes on to say, actually, if you look at the price charts, for example, the daily chart for the last couple of months, you will see that all these destructive selling events, all this selling, which, by the way, took place at the end of each month, strangely, all that selling was bought within 1 or 2 weeks. It was like a V-shaped recovery within 2 weeks. That also is, for me, a bit of a hallmark of institutional buying, that they scare people out of their positions. They, together with the OTC, over-the-counter desks, scare retail and normal people out of their positions, even liquidate people out of their positions, and then buy the scraps in the weeks after that. That is especially effective if you sell and push the price down in illiquid hours and then buy the stuff at liquid hours in small chunks. That is basically what I'm seeing since January in the last 5 months. That's very, very bullish in my eyes. So here is a chart just demonstrating that, selling big chunks during illiquid hours at the end of each month, followed by continuous buying of small quantities during liquid hours at the beginning of each month. So demonstrated here in the charts. So this is essentially what Twitter user Plan B, or rather Bitcoin analyst Plan B, has noticed. So an accumulation phase, of course, we are seeing Bitcoin reconsolidate. This level of support obviously has hit down and around here, which is one of the last levels of accumulation we saw for Bitcoin back in January before it did reach new all-time highs. So we're just coming back in there right now, just trading sideways. It's obviously having an effect on XRP, and just a few days ago we saw the fear and greed index, and it was down in and around 12 to 13, if my memory serves me correctly. Even down here, it said last week it had seen a level of about 10. So I remember last time I looked at this, it was in and around 12, 13. Now it's up to 17. So we have seen a bit of an increase, sentiment being a little bit more positive in the Bitcoin market. But on top of that, guys, we're getting narratives like this. So this from you today, asset manager Ruffer reveals it has dumped all of its Bitcoin holdings. Ruffer has made a quick $1.1 billion with its short-term Bitcoin bet, according to a June 6th report by The Times. The UK asset management firm claims that it dumped its entire holdings in April after selling off half its position in February. So this is just coming out now, even though April was 2 months ago. The trade was timely, given that Bitcoin topped out at $64,854 on April 14th. Part of the reason why Ruffer got out of the cryptocurrency is that it expects younger people to stop actively trading now that lockdowns are over. So that's a very interesting reason for them to say that they're getting out of their position. Again, they're saying it, they're just announcing it now. However, they said that they got out of their position in April. So when was April? According to this chart here, I'm just going to delineate because it doesn't say what day in April they got out. But there was April 1st, and I'm just going to drag this all the way to April 30th, which was in and around here. So any time between here and here is when they got out of their position. Ultimately, it could have been at all-time high. It certainly was near all-time high. It is definitely higher than what the Bitcoin trading price is right now. And what they're blaming it on is that, they're expecting younger people are going to stop trading cryptocurrency because they'll be out doing all kinds of other things now that lockdowns are over. So interesting to note that. It's also interesting to note that they are reporting this on June 6th, which is today, yet they said that they sold this back in April. So it definitely does seem planned, doesn't it? Who believes this, guys? XRP King Dogo, the fourth here on Twitter, posted this. Everyone is leaning towards Brad Garlinghouse. That shows that he is the alpha male in the room. Even with Tiso, one of the best DJs, is bowing down to Brad's alpha energy. Conclusion, XRP is going to the moon. So body language, everyone kind of leaning towards Brad Garlinghouse here. Is he the alpha in the room? Well, then Mitchell Mount here posted this photo here with Brad Garlinghouse just kind of peeking out from behind there. So what does this photo reveal? He says, and King Dogo here with quite a humorous response. Brad behind all these people means that Brad is the shining knight that's protected by his peasants, the people in the front. Conclusion, still alpha. I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, just some lighthearted fun for a Sunday. And I also did notice these things. What are these hanging around their necks here? So this is Brad Garlinghouse. He's got a palm tree. It looks like a palm tree necklace. And if you guys look at this photo, you can see that Michael Arrington also has one. And this guy over here, I don't know who this gentleman is. He also has one of these palm tree necklaces. So, NNV here saying, is it the palm tree crew? Perhaps. If somebody else has more insight on this, please do put it down in the comment section. Want to keep moving on though, guys, because Flare Finance is reminding you, have you claimed your FLR yet? The deadline is on June 11th. So let me just clear this up for you guys. If you weren't participating in the snapshot on December 12th, 2020, you're not eligible for your FLR tokens. However, if you were participating in the snapshot and you did all those steps, well, there still is a deadline of June 11th to set your message key on your participating XRP wallet address if you have not done that. That's only 6 days away. So they link this article here, guys, and it does give you all the directions. I'm obviously not going to go through this in this video, but if you haven't done it yet, you do have another 6 days to do this. June 11th, 2021 is the deadline to set your message key, but you do have to remember that you would have to had already been participating in the Spark token FLR snapshot on December 12th, 2020 in order to be eligible for this. So just for you guys who haven't done that second step, I thought that this was a great reminder here from Flare Finance. I'll link this tweet down in the description along with this Claim Spark Tokens resource from the xrptoolkit.com. Leonidas here on Twitter reminding us of this. Watching the Ripple wallet that holds Jed's XRP drops below 1 billion XRP for the first time, and this happened on June the 3rd, was a reminder that the end is near. That same wallet held more than 3.2 billion XRP on December 31st, 2020. So he has been selling off XRP fairly quickly. 648 million XRP in that wallet currently, 588 million XRP in his Taco Stand wallet. So Jed's current XRP balance is about 1.236 billion XRP. And, some people down here saying, good riddance, Jed McCaleb. I keep hearing people saying that him selling does not affect the market. How do you feel about that comment? 2.2 billion on the market in 5 months. I wouldn't be surprised that Jed being finished selling will coincide with the lawsuit being cleared. Now, of course, we hear the narrative, we hear the news, and usually the chart at least appears to coincide with such good news. And it's interesting and also very important that Leonidas is pointing us to this because we do have to remember the news is definitely going to be part of this XRP bull run. Think of all those other coins that have rallied and think of XRP and how it kind of missed a portion of that bull run right back in here. After the SEC lawsuit was mentioned, XRP price just plummeted while other coins just kept going up. So some would argue that, XRP could have been at its all-time high already, and right now it's trading at 93 cents. Now, despite all that, 93 cents is not terrible, guys. We are still on track, and I've showed you guys this fractal pattern from back in 2017 before. If I drag that over here, you guys can see that, these levels are continuing to stay pretty consistent in terms of the XRP price fluctuation. Let me throw Fibonacci on here again and again, guys. This is the fractal from 2017. We can see that XRP did hit this high up here, just shy of $2, $1.96. And you can see how well this matches with the blue lines here. So today's trend, along with the fractal pattern, rebounding off the 0.382, then coming back up to the 0.702, coming back down here to the 0.5, back up to the 0.702, and now we're in this part of the trend where it's appearing like we're making lower lows. But as you guys can see down here, we did wick down to about 65 cents, 64 cents, give or take. But we did close in and around that 80-cent level right over here, right? So 80, whoops, I wanted to actually put a horizontal line here, 80-cent level, which is still very much in line here with the fractal pattern of 2017, bouncing off this level of support. And if I zoom out on the XRP chart, you guys can see right over here, okay, September 2018, and then November 2020, and then February 2020. Again, this is significant resistance. What used to be resistance is now becoming support. So that 80-cent level, we'll call it 80 cents. 80-cent level, we could see XRP rebounding off that back in 2018. Then again, back last November, and again, trying to get up against that in February of 2021. So zooming back in, now we're seeing XRP bouncing off that level, using that level as support. Old resistance becomes new support. And if you take in consideration what this fractal pattern from 2017 is looking like, hopefully we will see more of the same. But again, this could be a prolonged period of sideways trading before we just get up out of that and hopefully see new highs to a price right up here. If we touch the top there, it could go above $14. So you know how we were talking about $10 to $13? I'm going to extend that a little bit, $10 to $14. That's what I'm thinking. But I know we're getting a bit off track here, talking about Jed's sales. So this is just another article with regards to that. If you guys are interested in this, just talking about how Jed's XRP stash is being depleted, and Leonidas keeping us up to date on those numbers. Many of us know already, and I apologize if you guys don't know this. I am not going to go into it in detail, but Jed McCaleb's been selling XRP for a very long time. And some are speculating that, once those sales end, this could be the beginning of something big for XRP price. And you know what? Hopefully it'll coincide with a settlement agreement in the XRP lawsuit. I'm going to continue on though, guys. Bank XRP here. Asia Broadband proprietary cryptocurrency exchange upgrade to add Ripple XRP network to increase the platform's bandwidth to reduce the direct fees charged to users and the platform. So big news here coming out of the Asia Broadband camp. They are pleased to announce that the company has continued to achieve numerous development milestones in the initial months of building its proprietary cryptocurrency exchange. Subsequently, the recent launch of the company's AABBG gold-backed token, created with developer Core State Holdings Corp., AABB's own proprietary cryptocurrency exchange version of AABB Wallet has been under development. The exchange will allow AABB Wallet users to complete quick two-way exchanges of their AABB gold tokens for major cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And it's not actually listed in this article directly, but Bank XRP did do some further research here. Asia Broadband proprietary cryptocurrency exchange are upgrading to add the Ripple XRP network to increase the platform's bandwidth to reduce the direct fees charged to users and the platform. So more great news there coming out of Asia. Meanwhile, guys, BondCrypt XRP pointed me to this. El Salvador president plans to make Bitcoin legal tender. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking, yeah, but what about this green narrative? Bitcoin clearly is not going to be the currency of the world. And why is El Salvador doing this? Let's read a little bit of this. El Salvador's Nayib Bukele, Latin America's youngest president, who is known to break from the norm, says he plans to send legislation that would make Bitcoin legal tender in the country. In the short term, he says, this will generate jobs and help provide financial inclusion to thousands outside the formal economy. Mr. Bukele said in a video broadcast at the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami, he said he would submit a bill next week to the legislature. In a series of tweets, the 39-year-old leader said Bitcoin could help boost the economy. El Salvador's low banking penetration rate, 70% of the population does not have a bank account, could also improve with the use of Bitcoin, he said, adding that it would facilitate faster transfers for $6 billion of remittances a year. Really? Bitcoin? Faster transfers? Somehow I don't buy that, but I can see where his heart's in the right place. He clearly wants to do the best for his country, and I know a lot of us in the XRP community is likely scratching our head right now. Couldn't he choose a different cryptocurrency that is, faster, cheaper, overall better? He goes on to say financial inclusion is not only a moral imperative, but also a way to grow the country's economy, providing access to credit, savings, investment, and secure transactions. We hoped that this decision will be just the beginning in providing a space where some of the leading innovators can reimagine the future of finance. So, okay, maybe a little misguided. However, I think that El Salvador and their president is definitely going in the right direction. Accepting cryptocurrency, I think that that is the bigger takeaway that we have to remember here. And Darren Moore thinks the same. El Salvador considering BTC as legal tender is a net positive for all crypto. As XRP hodlers, we can nitpick and downplay the news, but it's cool that a nation is jumping further into crypto. Hopefully, more will follow. Jay Walker down here asking an interesting question. Does that mean that if you spend your BTC there, you don't owe capital gains? Good question, responds Darren Moore. So, you know, if a cryptocurrency is becoming legal tender now, I mean, we have rules in other parts of the world, like the United States, where if you are making money on your Bitcoin, if you are making profits by holding your Bitcoin, depending on how long you're holding it, you do have to pay capital gains. But in the countries where you're using it as legal tender, so let's say you are an American and you are traveling to El Salvador and you're spending your Bitcoin in El Salvador for your hotel, your, everything, basically your entire vacation, or maybe you want to stay there long term. Maybe you want to buy property there. Maybe you want to stay for several months of the year. Do you actually pay capital gains on the Bitcoin that you are spending? It's a very good question. I think at the end of the year, that is a question for an accountant to answer, so I don't have the answers to that, but it is certainly something to think about, especially when we are seeing more countries like this begin to accept cryptocurrencies. In this case, they're talking about Bitcoin. But of course, this might change as well. Right now, the president of El Salvador is saying we are going to accept Bitcoin, but it could be that down the road, maybe they decide to use a cryptocurrency that is cheaper, faster, overall more efficient, more environmentally friendly, and yeah, maybe use a company that's mandate is actually to bank an unbanked population. As this article mentioned, 70% of the population does not have a bank account in El Salvador. So some things to think about there. Now, Elon Musk, guys, in the news, and I gotta say, he is a bit of a mischief maker. This tweet, not so much my focus. However, I did want to mention Elon's response down here, Jamie O'Rourke, saying there's no denying Elon Musk is a genius, and with his obsession with space simulation, etc., maybe he's from another planet, expelled from or escaped from his home world to cause mischief across the galaxy, like the ancient myth from history. I'm 80% serious. Elon Musk tweeting a response to this. I do like to cause a little mischief. So Elon Musk now being upfront that he likes causing mischief. So this is clearly not going over so well. If you guys saw some clips from the Bitcoin conference, you can see that some people at that conference aren't too happy about Elon Musk. F Elon, I was hearing from the crowds, being chanted on stage. And I don't know if you guys caught this. This is a video from Anonymous, an anonymous message to Elon Musk. Yes, that Anonymous, the gray-checked, verified account by Anonymous with 155,000 subscribers on YouTube. And they had a very ominous message to Elon Musk, basically saying, you better watch out. I'm just going to play you guys a little clip. This video is almost 4 minutes long, but I'm going to take it 2/3 of the way in. Listen to this.
It is also more than likely that this Bitcoin was purchased with money from these government subsidies.
Sorry, just going to stop it there real quick. This last line here talking about the Bitcoin that Tesla bought. Anonymous is attributing its purchase to government subsidies for green technology. And, they're basically insinuating that Tesla was buying all this Bitcoin with government subsidy money, and that's a big no-no. Just to set that part up, let me continue with the clip.
It is now widely believed that you have been forced to denounce your company's involvement with Bitcoin in order to keep that green government money flowing into Tesla's coffers. The energy use argument about proof-of-work mining is a very nuanced conversation that requires a fairly complex understanding of how power grids work, and how excess energy is wasted by power companies, and sought out by crypto miners. This is a conversation that you have been having for over a year and were intimately aware of, but as soon as your main source of income was threatened, you pretended to be clueless in an attempt to play both sides of the fence. Then, your move to create a Bitcoin miner council was rightly seen as an attempt to centralize the industry and take it under your control. Reading from the comments on your Twitter posts, it seems that the games you have played with the crypto markets have destroyed lives. Millions of retail investors were really counting on their crypto gains to improve their lives. This is something that you will never understand because you were born into the stolen wealth of a South African apartheid emerald mine and have no clue what struggle is like for most of the working people in the world. Of course, they took the risk upon themselves when they invested, And everyone knows to be prepared for volatility in crypto, but your tweets this week show a clear disregard for the average working person. As hard-working people have their dreams liquidated over your public temper tantrums, you continue to mock them with memes from one of your million-dollar mansions. You may think you are the smartest person in the room, but now you have met your match. We are anonymous. We are legion. Expect us.
Okay, so what are we to expect here? Is Anonymous really going to attack Elon Musk? I found it interesting. The way I came across this video was actually from Anthony Pompliano's tweet yesterday, and I kept the tab up. And now look, guys, it looks like he deleted that tweet. If you guys look up here in the address bar, you can see Anthony Pompliano, and this was the tweet ID. And now it looks as though this tweet has been deleted. So why was Anthony Pompliano quick to delete this tweet? Now, in the tweet, from what I remember, he said something like, "You better watch out, Elon. Anonymous is after you." And I'm completely paraphrasing, and I could be getting it wrong here. Ultimately, though, he was happy. His sentiment was very positive that Anonymous was after Elon Musk. And so when I went to Anthony Pompliano's page here, again, he tweeted this out yesterday. I'm taking a look at these tweets just to see if maybe I'm missing something or if maybe my computer messed up or something like that. And no, it looks like he did delete the tweet. I can't seem to find it anywhere. Again, from 18 hours ago, 16 hours ago, it doesn't look like there are any tweets referencing this Anonymous video. So what could Anonymous do? I mean, you know, it's a pretty ominous message, and we know they're a hacker group. We know that Elon Musk has been playing with the emotions of the cryptocurrency space, not just for XRP hodlers, but for everybody, basically. You know, anybody who owns Dogecoin or Bitcoin or anything, really. I mean, the crypto market beats to the rhythm of Bitcoin's movement. And, you know, after we saw this huge downturn and now moving sideways, we were talking a little bit about this yesterday. Is this Elon's doing, or is Elon just good at predicting market movement? So one thought, I mean, Anonymous, could they hack his cryptocurrency wallet? Could they steal his money from him? I don't think that is very likely. What else could they do? Could they hijack his social media accounts? Well, I could see that as a possibility. I mean, there was a huge Twitter breach just last year. I believe it was in July of 2020, where hackers took control of the Twitter interface and hijacked a bunch of blue checkmark accounts demanding cryptocurrency. So does Anonymous have this power? And will they silence Elon Musk before he tweets out something ridiculous again? Here's just one more tweet from Elon Musk. Don't kill what you hate, save what you love. And so he has been tweeting a lot about cryptocurrencies. Is he killing Bitcoin? Is he trying to kill Bitcoin? Trying to push this green narrative forward? I can tell you one thing. He still hasn't tweeted about one of the most environmentally friendly cryptocurrencies on planet Earth. If he really wants to stand by this green initiative, you'd think that he'd mention XRP at some point in time. And so is he biding his time? Do you think that maybe, just maybe, we will see a statement from Elon Musk coinciding with, coincidentally or not so coincidentally, that moment in time that Jen McCaleb has emptied his XRP wallets? And time-wise, I would not be surprised if that coincided with the end of this Nike swoosh pattern, sending XRP to new heights, $10, $11, $12, $13, maybe even $14. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.